I was 17 when I took the babysitting job at the end of Sycamore Lane. It sounded normal. $80 cash, a quiet kid, parents out for a work dinner, home by midnight. The mom, Dana, met me at the door with her coat already on, and that rushed, apologetic smile adults get when they're trying to make a stranger feel like a friend. "This is Mason," she said, guiding a small boy toward me. He was maybe 6, skinny, barefoot, clutching a stuffed dog with one ear chewed off. He didn't wave. He just stared at my shoes like he was counting the laces. "The rules are on the fridge," Dana said. "He'll probably just watch a movie and fall asleep. He's sensitive." Behind her, the dad, Mark, hovered in the hallway like he didn't want to come any closer. His eyes kept flicking past me toward the staircase. Dana lowered her voice. "One thing. If Mason tells you someone's in the house, he's not trying to get attention. Just take him seriously." Mark coughed. "He has a big imagination." Dana's smile tightened. "Text if you need anything. And the security system is on. Just don't open the back door. It sticks." Then they were gone, their headlights washing across the living room curtains as they pulled away. Mason sat on the couch and turned on a cartoon without asking. I read the list on the fridge. No food upstairs, no bath. Wipes only. Lock the patio door. If the phone rings after 9, don't answer. Text Dana. The last one had been added in different handwriting, darker ink, like someone had pressed too hard. I tried to laugh it off. "So, Mason, movie night?" He nodded without looking at me. "You can sit there," he said, pointing to the armchair angled away from the hallway. "Not where he can see you." "Who?" I asked, already regretting it. Mason finally looked up. His eyes were glassy and tired, like he hadn't slept in days. "The man who stands at the top of the stairs." My stomach did that slow sinking thing. "There isn't a man." Mason's grip tightened on the stuffed dog. "Yes, there is. He doesn't like when you talk loud." I made myself smile and turned the volume down a little. The hallway felt longer now. The stairs were just a dark triangle leading upward. For an hour, it was normal. Mason giggled at something on screen. I scrolled my phone. I even started to relax. Then, right at 8:47, the cartoon froze. Not paused, frozen. The image locked in place, colors still bright, sound gone. Mason didn't move. He turned his head slowly toward the hallway. The air changed. That's the only way I can describe it. Like someone had opened a freezer. From upstairs came a soft, deliberate creak. One step. Then another. Not coming down, just shifting weight. Mason whispered, "He's listening." I stood up, forcing my legs to work. "It's probably the house settling." Mason shook his head, small and firm. "Houses don't breathe." I didn't know what to say to that, so I said the first normal thing I could. "Snack? Want some crackers?" He didn't answer. He was staring at the staircase so hard I thought he'd burn a hole through the dark. The TV clicked and started playing again, like nothing happened. I walked to the kitchen, not because I needed crackers, but because I needed to put a wall between me and the stairs. My hands were shaking as I opened a cabinet. The lights above the sink flickered once, just once, like a blink. That's when I heard it. A voice, not upstairs, not the TV, behind me. It was quiet, almost gentle. "Don't turn around." My whole body went cold. I froze, with the cabinet door half open, staring at the reflection in the dark microwave glass. At first, I saw only the kitchen and my own pale face. Then something moved in the hallway. A tall shape slid into view behind me, not walking so much as appearing where the light didn't reach. No details, just a darker darkness with the suggestion of shoulders, a head tilted wrong. In the microwave reflection, it leaned closer to my ear. "Don't," it repeated, like it was testing the word. "Look." I swallowed hard, tried to breathe, tried not to make any sound. The shape drifted back, away from the kitchen, toward the stairs. And as it moved, I heard another sound that made my skin crawl. A slow inhale and exhale that wasn't mine. Mason's small voice came from the living room. "He doesn't like you." I stepped into the living room so quickly my knees almost gave out. Mason was on the couch, hugging his stuffed dog like a life vest. "Why didn't you tell me he comes downstairs?" I whispered. "He usually doesn't," Mason said. "Only when the phone rings." The second he said it, my phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. It rang 3 times before stopping. I stared at the screen, remembering the fridge rule. If the phone rings after 9 o'clock, don't answer. Text Dana. It was 8:59. Another ring immediately started. Unknown number again. Mason's eyes filled with tears. Don't answer. If you answer, he gets to talk." The ringing stopped on its own. Then the house phone, mounted on the kitchen wall, started ringing. That sound was worse. Older. Louder. Like it belonged to a different decade. Mason let out a small, broken noise. "Text my mom," he begged. "Please." My fingers fumbled the text. "Everything okay?" Mason says not to answer phone. House phone ringing. No reply. The landline kept ringing. Ring, ring, ring. Then it stopped. The silence that followed felt thick enough to choke on. Upstairs, something moved again. Faster now, like impatience. Creak, creak, creak. Weight shifting from foot to foot. Mason slid off the couch and crawled under the coffee table. "What are you doing?" I whispered. "Hiding," he said, voice muffled. "If he can see you, he can choose you." A chill crawled up my spine. "Choose you for what?" Mason didn't answer. He just pressed his face into his stuffed dog. I backed toward the front door, keeping my eyes on the stairs. "Okay, we're leaving. We're going to my car." Mason shook his head violently. "No, he's at the door." My hand was inches from the deadbolt when the porch light outside flicked on. In the narrow glass panel beside the door, a shape blocked the light. Not a person standing on the porch. Something too close to the glass, like it had pressed itself right against it. All I could see was a pale smear where a face should be, and 2 darker spots, eye sockets, staring inward. A slow scraping sound dragged down the glass, like a fingernail testing the thickness. I stumbled backward. From the top of the stairs, a voice drifted down, soft as breath. "Hello?" It sounded like Dana. It sounded exactly like her. Mason started sobbing. "That's not my mom." My phone buzzed. A text from Dana. Mark forgot his wallet. We turned around. 5 minutes. The voice called again. Louder now, warmer, trying to sound annoyed and normal. Sweetie, open up. I can't find my keys. The shape in the door window shifted, pressing closer. Mason screamed, "Don't open it! He can wear voices!" The stairs creaked. Not weight shifting. A step. Down. Then another. The hallway darkened, like the light was being swallowed. I grabbed Mason out from under the table without thinking, tucked him against my chest, and ran into the kitchen. I remembered the patio door rule. Don't open the back door. It sticks. I didn't care. I yanked it. It didn't move. I yanked again, harder. It gave with a loud crack, like something had been holding it shut from the other side. The rain hit my face. The yard was black. The woods behind the house, just a wall of wet branches. And standing at the edge of the patio, light was a man. Not a shadow, a man. Tall, thin, wearing a dark coat that looked too heavy for the weather. His face was turned away, but I could see the side of it, smooth and pale, like wax. One hand lifted slowly, index finger pressed to his lips. Shh. Behind me, inside the house, Dana's voice from upstairs said, very calmly, "You shouldn't have opened that." I slammed the patio door shut and threw the lock, even though my hands were slipping. Mason was shaking so hard his teeth clicked. We backed into the corner by the fridge, both of us staring at the door, listening to the handle jiggle once. Just once. Then from the other side, a whisper slid through the frame. "You opened it," it breathed. "So now I know you." Headlights swept across the living room as a car pulled into the driveway. The porch shape disappeared instantly, like it had never been there. The upstairs creaking stopped. When Dana and Mark burst in, rain-drenched and confused, the house was normal. Lights steady. TV playing cartoons. No cold air. Mark saw the patio lock and went white. "Did you?" Dana knelt beside Mason, checking him like she expected bruises. "Did he talk?" she asked me. I could barely get the words out. "Something sounded like you, from upstairs." Dana closed her eyes like she was trying not to scream. "He's getting better at it." Mark stared at the staircase, jaw clenched. "We should have told her the real rule." "What rule?" I whispered. Dana looked at me, and in her eyes I saw something worse than fear. Guilt. "You can babysit," she said softly. "You can watch him, but after dark, you can't be the last adult in the house." My throat tightened. "Why?" Mark's voice was flat. "Because he doesn't take children." Dana's phone buzzed. She glanced at it and paled. Then she turned the screen toward me. A text from an unknown number. "Thanks for opening the door."